Yo, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified every time I upload. Late upload here, but it's better late than never. Didn't get a chance to fly over the whole slate like I really, really wanted to, but I skimmed through it. Um, what I wanted to ask you guys, if there's anything that you guys want me to change up or want me to add, let me know. I'm open to suggestions. No, it's not the perfect. I know it's not the perfect. I don't have the perfect shit, or whatever the case may be. But just you guys are the viewers, and I do this for y'all. The mission is to profit and not deposit. You know what I'm saying? Each one teach one. And that's what it is. So give me some feedback. Drop a like on the video. Let me know I ain't doing this for nothing, and it is what it is. All right. So I always talk about hits, runs, and RBIs because it's one of my favorite props, man. And a lot of people, what I'm saying, you have to look at some of these games. We try to predict game flow and stuff like that. We can only use the numbers that are in front of us. High total games, I love to target those. And the proof is in the pudding. You know what I'm saying? So what's today, the 24th? And the proof is in the pudding. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just saying this. Sometimes I bet whole games or maybe 5 or 6 players from one game. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to sprinkle. You don't have to sprinkle your whole bankroll and shit like that. But sometimes I roll a dice on whole games because this prop hits a lot. You know what I'm saying? So some prime examples like yesterday. Um, we know we got two bad pitchers on the mound for Kansas City. For Kansas City and New York Yankees. So look, for Kansas City, I had a lean towards Perez. He ended up hitting that home run. I didn't even bet him, man. If y'all caught the pod yesterday, you could have hit that home run, man. Because I said it, man. But I ain't even bet it. But either way it go, hits, runs, and RBIs. One, two, three, four, five, six. First six batters got there. Okay, the first six batters got there versus Severino. Weak ass. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Lyles on the other side. Weak. We targeting high totals, high over unders, and bad pitching. So Bowers, so we got a pinch runner, a pinch hitter, and a pinch runner right here. No, a pitch, no, a pinch runner, and pinch hitter. So I can't count them, but one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Seven of the nine batters got there for their hits, runs, and RBIs, man. It only comes out at 1.5. It only comes out at 1.5. What do I always say? Great American Ballpark. Um, I was all over that game yesterday anywhere it go. Who wouldn't be all over that game? You know what I'm saying? Let's see, let's go to it. Bad pitching, man. Bad pitching. And shit, bad pitching, high totals, small ballparks. We own it. Um, Arizona Diamondbacks. One, two, three. All right, so Walker didn't get there, and the rest of these guys I probably wouldn't go into them anyway. But I hit on Perdomo, Marte, Carroll. Walker didn't get there. I lost. All right. And then I bet five guys over here. I bet five guys over here on Cincinnati. Dela Cruz, Friedel. Look, one, two, three, four, five. India didn't get that. India was the only person on the roster that didn't hit this hits, runs, and RBIs. Okay, like bro. I mean, and I can go on and on from game to game. I really like the Boston side of things, and then don't put nobody on your shit that you don't like. Okay, don't put nobody on there that you don't like. I like Boston side of things yesterday. Boston, they went out there, the usual suspects went out there and handled business, except for Yoshida. Actually, everybody on the team hit their numbers except for Yoshida. All right. Got Carrasco on the mound. We targeted bad pitching. We targeted bad pitching. We targeted bad pitching. However you want to look at it. You know what I'm saying? This Texas, we targeted this Texas game. I didn't like neither one of these pitchers. Like I said, everybody, damn near everybody got there. The usual suspects, at least the first five. And then over here, the Rangers, they surprised me. This many guys was getting there. Seaman, Lowe, Young, Heim, Duran. Everybody got there on their team except for two people. You know what I'm saying? So That's all, and it was missing. They was missing their top two bats, arguably their top two bats. So I'm gonna stop rambling, and I'm just letting you know the importance of that prop. You know what I'm saying? You can get it on DraftKings, like I'm about to rattle off these bats right now, and then you can get it on um um MGM. All right. So it's a couple spots that I was so iffy in as far as these pitchers and stuff, but I ain't even gonna touch on those. Okay. So I uh first game here, we got the Giants and San Francisco Tigers. I mean, San Francisco Giants and Detroit Tigers here. I'm looking at two guys here. I'm looking at Riley Green and Kerry Carpenter, hits, runs, and RBIs. Scooble, he hasn't pitched over 4 innings this season here. This will be his fourth game pitch right here, I want to say, or maybe fifth, fourth or fifth game here, and he's okay. You know, he's okay to me, but uh um who's on the other side here? Oh, um, Stripling. I mean, yeah, Stripling. So he's pitching his worst towards lefties there. So that's putting those guys in play for me. So I like those guys. Now some bats was kind of grading out well for me, but I ain't gonna mess with it. I'm gonna stick to who I liked. Okay, I'm gonna stick to who I liked, and I'm not gonna be scattering my shots around. All right. So hits, runs, and RBIs for Kerry Carpenter and Riley Green right there. Couldn't talk you off taking Riley Green, one of those boys up to a home run. Maybe Kerry Carpenter. He's the one who's due. Okay, Kerry Carpenter is due. He won on a 2 or 3 game uh hits where he hadn't had a hit. Okay. Um so look, Baltimore Orioles at Phillies here. We got Kramer on the mound. We have Kramer and we have damn, the pitchers ain't listed right here. Kramer and unless they doing a pitching change or some shit, but we got Kramer and what's his name? Christopher what? Christopher Sanchez. Okay. So I expect runs to be put up on this one. We got an over on the 9.5. Okay, it is what it is. Kramer, he's giving up. I was just looking at some numbers for Kramer here. Looking at some of his splits. He's pitching his worst on the road versus lefties. So and then his K rate. It's small sample size, but his K percentage goes up a little bit on the road. So that's one thing there. He's got 20 games. He's got 22 home runs. So he will give up the bomb. You know what I'm saying? He's given up multiple home runs here and there. Actually giving up multiple home runs 3 of his last 5 games. No, one, two, three, 4, 5, 6. 4 of his last 6, 3 of his last 6 games. He's giving up multiple home runs right there. All right. Now, I do expect runs to be put up here. Philly, they got lefties. You don't see some lefties here. So a couple bats that I had pointed out here was Brandon Marsh. Um, I like his number. He's at home versus right hand pitching. That's where I usually like to target him at. His hits, runs, and RBIs are in play. Bryce Harper. His hits, runs, and RBIs are in play. I would straight bet Bryce Harper's. I would straight bet this at a plus 120. Um, I would straight bet it. If you bet it, I would straight bet it. I don't even know if I'm gonna get there. Nick Castellanos, he hits lefties and righties. Uh, um, Lefties get a bump, so you can definitely look at Kyle Schwarber. He's a home run candidate there. And Bryson Stott, his hits, runs, and RBIs are in play minus 155. He's definitely in favor of him. The odds are in favor for him to go over, but that's a parlay piece. And the usual suspects here. I didn't point anybody out. If Mountcastle's in the lineup, I'll have some interest in Mountcastle there. Santander, couldn't talk you off numbers for Santander and stuff like that. So, but mainly who I was looking at was those two guys, Brandon Marsh and Bryce Harper. And like I said, this Baltimore team facing a lefty, they okay. They're pretty good. I was looking at the last 30 days versus left hand pitching there. Um, they have WRC plus. I think it's top 5, top 6, but only 183 plate appearances, man, in 30 days. You don't run across a lot of lefties either way it goes. So that's kind of it's kind of a little ringing a bell a little bit, and then striking out Baltimore. They top 13 versus right hand pitching and striking out. So I don't know what I want to do, man. I don't know what I want to do with them. On the flip side, versus right hand pitching last 30 days, Philly ain't been that good. You know what I'm saying? And they striking out what uh they in the 12th, like right outside top 10 and striking out. And then WRC plus for Philly, they are 25th at an 87 and 682 plate appearances. They ain't been hitting righties well. They ain't been hitting righties well. What about that isolated power and stuff like that? Because this boy will give up some home runs. So the power for Philly, 16 slugging. They down there. Wait a minute. Baltimore, Philly. Okay, yeah, they down there around 23rd, some shit like that. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm so undecided here. I'm so undecided because he's hit this strikeout number. He's sitting at 5.5. Crimmer's sitting at 5.5. But it was versus Miami and New York Yankees. You know what I'm saying? 8 and 10 Ks. Uh, he's pitching his worst versus lefties. He had 5 Ks versus Minnesota, but I guess them lefties got to him. He had 7 earned runs there, so I might just follow back off of it, man. There might could be a fishy day here. Could be a fishy day. I might just stick with the bats, leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? Leave it alone. All right. Uh, let me see. What's the next game here? Colorado Rockies at Washington Nationals here. Look, we do have a 9.5 over under in this game. Bullpen game for the Rockies. Corbin on the mound. Corbin's pitching his worst to righties at home. So if you got Chris Bryant in the lineup, I'm gonna like him for hits, runs, and RBIs. If you got CJ Cron in the lineup, I'm gonna like him for hits, runs, and RBIs. Let me see who else. Let me see who else. Tovar, if Tovar's in the lineup, I'm gonna like him. I'm gonna like him at a -120. But CJ Cron at a -145 and Chris Bryant at a -165. Those guys are parlay pieces right now. Okay. Um for just because of those numbers right there. CJ Cron be a home run candidate here too. He'll smack something. Uh Who else? 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 Lane Thomas. Lane Thomas is the only guy I'm looking at right now. I know it's probably going to be other guys that's going to pop out right now, but Lane Thomas is the only guy that I'm looking at right now. All right. Kansas City Royals at Cleveland Gardens here. We got an over under of this game has been pulled off the board. Oh, there it is. 8.5. I do expect runs to be put up in here too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be betting a lot of hits, runs, and RBIs today. I'm just gonna be betting a lot of bats, man. Some bats that stood out for me. It was a lot of bats that stood out for me. I probably won't be getting there, but let's see. Um versus a lefty here. Let's see. Mm, I mean, all of them. Mainly, I mean, so Bobby Witt Jr. looked good here. Bobby Witt Jr. Um, okay, so I know what I did. I didn't add all of them. I didn't add all of the bats there. So Jose Ramirez, of course. Um, Andres Jimenez, yes, please. Um, Josh Naylor, uh, Bobby Witt Jr. Like I said, Jimenez, you get that at a 1.5 right there. Bobby Witt Jr. be a parlay piece at a -155. Jose Ramirez, 2.5 at +120. Don't know if I'll go there, but he's in play. Even Josh Bell is in play. Josh Naylor's in play for sure. Michael Garcia, -145. If you want to toss it in the parlay place, you could. East, you could. Salvi Perez probably could still be hot, but I'm not going to him. I faded him yesterday. I'm gonna just stay off of him. So those are some bats, man. Those are some bats. All right, you can even add those guys to your hit parlay. Okay. Um, Seattle Mariners at Minnesota Twins. We got an over under 8 in this spot. All right, Castillo on the mound. um, um, Maeda on the mound. Okay, now Castillo. Castillo did face this team here, but he faced them at home. I think he gave him 10 or 11 Ks. Castillo on the road, his K percentage drops, you know what I'm saying? And he gets to giving up home runs and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? He pitches his worst towards lefties on the road. All right. So his ass could be in trouble here. I don't know. His strikeout prop sitting at 6.5, I want to say. Um his strikeout prop sitting at 6.5. Yeah, at a minus 140. Now, I mean, you know, Minnesota, they number one in striking out versus right hand pitching. Okay, but they hitting righties well with a WRC plus of 122. They six in WRC plus last 30 days. Is that the last 30 days? Yeah. So and then on the flip side, Seattle. Seattle will strike out too, but they're getting better, man. They're getting better. They down here at 18. Shout out to them, but still 26%. But damn, they're getting a little bit better. But no, 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 no. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Seattle, number three, 26%. Number three. All right. So that's the last 30 days. All right. So strikeouts could be in play here. Um, you can look at the last 14 days, last 2 weeks, as last 14 days. Minnesota, 29%. Strikeout rate at 310 plate appearances, and Seattle's right behind them. Okay, Seattle's right behind them. Last 7 days, um, Minnesota, 261 plate appearances at 30%, and then Seattle right there at 27%. But like I said, now, you know, um, 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 what's the kid's name? Castillo. He's on the road now. His K percentage drops on the road, and he gets hit by lefties on the road. Okay, so you can look at these lefties here. Kepler, it's got a home run from him off of him. He's 2 for 9 with a home run. Alex Kurloff, he's 0 for 3, but he's got a 924 OPS versus righties. He might smack. He's in play. Julian, he's 2 for 2, only 2 for 2, but he's got a bomb versus him, and he's hitting 1,000 OPS versus right hand pitching. Okay. So those are the main three lefties that I look at from over here. They could, they can probably come out here and give him some trouble. Like I said, and then you're looking at hits, runs, and RBIs for those three lefties that I named. Eduardo Julian, uh, plus 105 for his hits, runs, and RBIs. Max Kepler minus 125 for his hits, runs, and RBIs, and Kurloff minus 120 for his hits, runs, and RBIs. So pretty decent numbers there. On the Seattle side. I rarely toss out bats. I get frustrated with them. I don't really too much bet on their bats, man. So I like those guys for hits, runs, and RBIs. I don't know if I'm gonna play all three of them. Probably Julian will probably be number one for me. Kurloff will probably be number two for me. Then Kepler will probably be number three, ranking those righties. All right, and then man, I went to Solano yesterday. It might be a bounce back candidate for him. He hits righties well at home. Okay, so his hits, runs, and RBIs. You're gonna get low numbers for those guys. Those are all good straight bet candidates. I bet you two or three of those guys get there. Um, if I'm picking a side on that, it'll probably be Minnesota Twins. Man, I lean towards Minnesota Twins. Cincinnati Reds at Milwaukee Brewers here. Um, you know, Cincinnati Reds got the momentum here, if you ask me, coming up out of here. Milwaukee Brewers, they've been playing really, really, really good. Okay, they've been playing really, really good. However, let me see. Hmm. Cincinnati Reds on the road. All right, so look, I got some bats in this one here. You could say what you want to say, whatever the case may be here. All right, but a lot of these numbers for Cincinnati, because they play in that small ballpark or whatever the case may be, but Cincinnati, I think they went up there in Milwaukee and got to Colin Ray. You know what I'm saying? I think they got to Colin Ray before here. Colin Ray, he's pitching his worst to lefties, okay? So, on the road, smaller sample size versus righties though. Um Joey Votto. All right, Joey Votto been pretty quiet, okay? But I'm really looking hard at Joey Votto here. He's 3 for 7 versus him. He's got a home run versus him, and like I said, he's got an 864 OPS versus righties. And then Colin Ray's pitching his worst to lefties there. You know, on the road, what I'm saying, some of them power numbers for Joey Votto look really good, man. So he's a home run candidate for me today. Hits, runs, and RBIs, and everything else. All right. So let me go over here to the hits, runs, and RBIs here. Um, so we're looking at if hopefully he's in the lineup because I want to play him today, man. So that we don't have numbers out for him right now. Hopefully he's in the lineup. Now, my guy, Will Benson, yes, please. Give me the over hits, runs, and RBIs and minus at plus 120. It's not an official play. It's just a personal play. I always go to him. You know it is. I'm taking it. Um, Matt McClain can just hit. Okay, so he's in play. He's gonna get his at a minus 120. Who else did I have in my player pool though? TJ Friedel. He's in play. Ellie De La Cruz. He's in play. Um, and I want to see what the lineup's coming out looking like, man. I want to see what the lineup's coming out. Jake Fraley, 1.5. He's in play. Jake Fraley's got a home run versus him as well. Let me see. Don't hold me to that. I think he's got a home run versus him. I didn't put him in my player pool. I think he's got a home run versus him, but he's in play though. Him versus righties. Yes, please. Yeah, Jake Fraley is 3 for 5, 2 singles and a home run. He's got a 922 OPS versus righties. So I'm in those guys. I'm on those guys, man. Christian Yelich, you want to use it for a parlay piece? Be my guest. Christian Encarnacion at 1.5. I'm looking for they coming off a sweep. I'm looking for Cincinnati to carry that momentum over to Milwaukee. I ain't gonna pick a side in this one here. Hopefully they don't let me down, but I'm gonna roll with those bats, man. I'm gonna roll with those bats, okay? And I'm gonna roll with those bats. Texas Rangers at Houston Astros here, over under 8.5. Texas, we got Belak on the mound, we got Gray on the mound. You know, I don't know, man. These guys are starting not to Gray starting not to be one of my favorite pitchers. I'm not fucking with Gray like that. All right. And then Belak, looks like he pitches a little bit better at home, but this Texas Rangers is going to be interesting to see who's going to be in the lineup, and we'll go from there. All right. So one bat, the usual suspects are in play for hits, runs, and RBIs, and all that. Texas Rangers have been, getting to a spot where they have been having to put up runs and stuff like that. Uh, one bat. There's one bat. There's one bat on uh Houston. uh my boy Yanier, all right, Yanier, all right, Diaz, all right, hit a home run last game. He's hitting his best at home versus righties. I probably would look at his hits, runs, and RBIs. I want to see where he's at in the lineup. I'll show you guys here. They don't have him in the player pool right now, and that's okay. So we're just gonna wait. Just gonna wait, see if he gets in the player pool. I'm gonna bet him. I'm gonna bet him if he gets in the player pool. Might take him for a home run. Who knows? Did I have him in my player pool over here? I thought I penciled him in for my fantasy player pool. I did pencil him in. He's 2 for 4 versus him already. 870 8 OPS versus righties. I'm gonna take a stab at him if he pops up in the lineup. Okay. Uh, Next game here, St. Louis Cardinals and Arizona Diamondbacks, over under 9.5. Wayne Wright on the mound. Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. And I don't know who's. I'll tell you this here. So I'm gonna tell you this right now. We don't have the pitching out for Arizona. I mean, for Arizona Diamondbacks right now. But if Ryan Nelson is on the mound here, I mean, I like the over anywhere it goes, but I don't know if I'm gonna bet it. But man, Wainwright is ass, man. He been giving up runs, man. And Nelson, man, you can see home run city here. You can see home run city here. Okay, everybody's gonna be in play here. We don't have any lines out on the books. Don't have any lines out for this game. They because they know not to put the lines out. I'm waiting for the lines. I'm waiting so bad. I'm waiting so bad for the lines. I'm waiting for these props, man. So and then this guy Wainwright, he ain't pitched since the holiday, July 4th. So we'll see. But he been out ass, man, ass. So bats, and more bats. Pittsburgh Pirates at San Diego Padres here. We got an over under 8.5 in this spot. I expect San Diego to win this game. I expected them to win that game yesterday, but they ass didn't win. So I mean, it is what it is. Priester on the mound, Darvish on the mound. Priester got to see a little bit more from him. His first game, he got his ass tore up. Wouldn't be surprised if he get his ass tore up here. Um, you know, Soto. I mean, yeah, Soto's in play here. Soto didn't do shit yesterday, but I go back right back to the well on Soto today. Um, this still the month of July. Yeah, still the month of July. Manny Machado ass is on fire. He's got like 9 home runs this month. So those two bats that you can really, really look at there. And Fernando Tatis, like this probably Fernando Tatis day. His ass been quiet, man. It might be Fernando Tatis day against a young boy here. Now, Brian Reynolds, he hit a bomb yesterday. He might be heating up, okay? So his hits, runs, and RBIs could be in play here. Jackson Winsky, his hits, he strikes out a lot. But he's hitting his best versus on the road versus right hand pitching. You're gonna get his hits, runs, and RBIs for at plus 135. He's got 19 home runs, 13 of them come on the road versus right hand pitching. So you can take him for hits, runs, and RBIs at plus 135 if you wanted to. Um, Henry Davis. Henry Davis will smack 1-2. Okay, so his hits, runs, and RBI sitting at minus 105. Didn't say I was gonna play it, but if they get to putting up runs, those are gonna be the guys that do some of the heavy lifting there. Okay, so I just putting you up on those bats. All right, putting you up on them, and you're gonna get some good numbers for them if you decide to take them. Um, I ain't even betting aside in this one here. I ain't even gonna lie. And then last but not least, you got the Toronto Blue Jays and you got the Dodgers. And like, what else can I say? I told you though yesterday, Brandon Belt. Told you those lefties. I took him for a bomb yesterday. He got there versus Woo. Lefties hit Woo hard. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. On the flip side though, he's pitching his who is that? What's his name? Barrios pitching his worst versus lefties there. So the left hand batters, they get a bump there. Pay attention to who's in the lineup for the Los Angeles Dodgers there. Monty's been on fire, all right, so I can't talk you off of that. Toronto Blue Jays, they got some bats. We already know they got some bats. Sometimes they can be anemic. Michael Grove, man. He's pitching his worst versus lefties. However, this Toronto Blue Jays team don't roll out a lot of lefties, and I was all over him. I was all over those Baltimore lefties, and Baltimore, they didn't even pop for me, man. That was crazy. He pitched a good game. I give him the benefit of the doubt. I still don't like Grove here. I expect runs to be put up here on both sides of the ball here. So you can look at the hits, runs, and RBIs for the usual suspects. With that being said, guys, peace out, man. Have a good day. Peace out.